Why you should ask hard questions. Comparing trade union models. Most workers join a trade union for employment protection, not politics. Yet few ever stop to ask what kind of protection they are really buying. Most do not realise that not all trade unions are built or function in the same way. However, those differences really matter when your job, livelihood or reputation are on the line. British trade unions grew out of a 1950s style collective bargaining where workers were based in large organised workplaces. As such, their approach lies in mass numbers and negotiation, but with little individual interaction. But in a world where many people work alone, on short contracts, in small teams or in teams with mixed contracts, that model can feel distant and outdated. A member for a British trade union might pay years of subscriptions without ever seeing a workplace rep. Their subscriptions are taken from their salaries without them even thinking about what service they are getting. The Workers of England Union doesn't work that way, and you pay your subscription directly to the trade union. The agreement is between you and us. Independent trade unions, such as the Workers of England Union, WEU, take a different approach. They focus on individual representation across any industry, using independent reps who aren't employed by your company. That separation can make it easier to speak freely when facing management, especially if you work in a small or politically sensitive environment. But independence also demands scrutiny. Every worker should ask, who pays for my rep? Is the trade union politically affiliated? What campaigns is my trade union involved in? What happens if I need urgent help? Transparency isn't a luxury, it's the foundation of trust. That is why the Workers of England Union has a frequently asked questions section on their website and clearly identifies its campaigns. Also, the WEU argues that trade unions should not fund political parties, a stance that sets it apart from many British trade unions. Please use the website and read through the pages. Another question you need to ask is, what do I want from my membership? If it is employment protection when a workplace problem arises, then the answer is easy. You need a trade union model that gives you independent trade union representation. As workplaces fragment and employment law grows ever more complex, one-size trade unionism no longer fits, and collective bargaining can make some areas and workers within England weaker than others. A good example is the NHS. The NHS now has staff on numerous contracts which are different from each other. Also, we all know that the cost of living is different across the country. The one-size-fits-all pay scale is no longer fair, and that unfortunately comes from outdated collective bargaining methods. Non-workplace representation, independence, and accountability are essential qualities for an effective trade union. A good trade union should welcome them. After all, the best protection begins with knowing exactly who stands beside you when you need it most. Please ask your family, friends, and work colleagues to join the Workers of England Union. Our modern approach, based in the old traditional methods of trade unionism, works, and the WEU wants our members to keep asking us those hard questions because we want the best for our members.